Listen, sweetheart, you had to let them go. You had to let them go. They had to let you go. I want to talk to those of you that has come in contact with what you feel like your person, your divine person, your soulmate. I want to talk to those of you who feel like you came in contact with somebody that you were deeply in love with and you feel like it was just a sick game from God. Let's keep it 100. You opened yourself up. You gave it your all. You thought you heard the voice of the Lord, whatever it may have been, for you just to turn around with a broken heart and with nothing. Can I tell you, sweetheart, you had to let each other go. Even if it's just temporary, it's going to benefit both of you. You all were meant to be connected for that season and for a reason. But now God is stepping in and he's cleaning up house. He's cleaning shop. He's removing people, places, and things from out of your life as well as their lives. So if and when you do come back together, you will be whole and ready to grow together. That does not mean that's for everybody. Please do not take this message and make it fit because that's what you want it to be. No, I'm coming to tell you though, you had to let this individual go so that you can grow and so that they can grow. God is the one who caused the disconnection and the separation. Period. Listen to me, y'all. Some people prayed for you. They prayed for the person, but the moment you showed up, they were not ready. You wrapped up and you were suited and booted in God's image and not their image. So they overlooked you. They overlooked you. Again, you came to them. They prayed for the person. They prayed for you. You showed up. But because you were wrapped up differently, because you showed up outside of their norm, they overlooked you. They mistreated you. They thought you were common when you were rare. You were the gift the whole time. You all may have been connected and you found your happy place, but somewhere it was sabotaged. Somewhere somebody had insecurity. Somewhere there was lack of communication. So therefore, you all had to separate. Listen, you were in need for more, and their inability to give you that was the trigger, the trauma, and the solution of the separation. I feel like I need to say that one again because when the Spirit gave it to me, I was like, wow. Y'all listen, your need for more and their inability to give it to you is the trigger, the trauma, and the solution to the separation. You want more, they cannot give you more. That puts you in that chaser energy and them in that runner energy. You keep trying to show up and give them something that they're not able to handle or receive right now from you. So you all have to disconnect. You all had to go on your separate paths. That don't mean you won't come back together. But listen, sweetheart, you got to get in the state now that it is what it is. It is what it is. I want to come and encourage you on today, though, because y'all listen, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Sometimes we get on this internet and we listen to these different people and these different podcasts and whatever else it may be. And you take on that energy and you feel like your person, your counterpart, however you want to, your soulmate, whoever you want to say, you think that they're going to come back to you right away or that you should continue to pursue. But really, you should just let it go and let God. Let go and let God. And y'all, I say that with love, but I have to keep it 100 with y'all because sometimes you get in that rabbit hole. We get in that rabbit hole and you cannot find your way back out. I'm coming for you. I'm reaching for you on today. I'm coming to encourage you on today and to tell you, you had to let each other go, even if it's just for a season. Those of you that are new to the channel, welcome to the Walk Heavy channel. Over here is all gas, no brakes. We're putting our foot on the enemy's neck and we're not letting up. Those of you that are returning, y'all already know. I love y'all so much. I love y'all so much. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Thank you for your PayPals, your Cash Apps, your Super Thanks, your thumbs up, your love, your support. For those of you that are new, I am reading from some index cards. I write on these cards and I allow the Spirit to speak to me and through me regarding your situation. Usually, y'all, we going hard about the enemy, but there's been moments where God is allowing me to tap into the emotional side of things. Those of you that are on this soulmate journey, those of you that are divinely connected with your person, or maybe you're just married and you're going through these different transitions of coming out of that, or either working towards trying to rebuild it, whatever it may be, y'all. We're going to tap in and tune in on today. It's not for everybody, so if this is not for you, please come back tomorrow or the next day for another video, because listen, we're not letting up in this season, period. Let's get into the first one. What you gave, which was your all, was never enough to someone who couldn't receive. What you gave, which was your all, was never enough to someone who couldn't receive. Sometimes people can't receive you or what you have to offer because you aren't filled with drama. And y'all, I know that might sound so petty and just like, what? But it's the truth. Sometimes people cannot receive who you are because they're so used to chaos. They're so used to drama. So when you come in and you're pleasant, when you come in, you so kind, when you come in, you so genuine, they're turned off by that because they feel like they don't know what that looks like. It's too healthy. You're not filled with drama. So sometimes people can reject you because they're unfamiliar with that. People sometimes are used to, I guess, receiving love through chaos, receiving love through drama, receiving love by being ignored, receiving love by being breadcrumb, receiving love by dishonesty. That's what they're used to. They're used to triggering people, making people show emotions for them, making people feel like, you know, they want to be with them. Whatever the case may be, that's what they deem to be love. But because you decided you didn't want to play the game, that automatically put a separation between you and that person. And y'all, we're not talking about one person or the other. One is not better than the other. No, I'm just highlighting what is going on so that you can kind of move forward and let it be what it's going to be for now until God releases you, if he does. And maybe you'll end up with somebody else and they may end up with somebody else. Maybe your friendship, relationship, situationship, whatever it may be, may not ever come back together. But again, I want to shine some light on this because I feel like sometimes we get on this internet and we allow people to speak into our lives, and it's not necessarily always for us. And so that's what puts us in the rabbit hole, puts us on this emotional roller coaster, have us in that chasing dynamic, when what you really need to do is just surrender it. There's so much power in that. There's so much power in you surrendering to what is. Somebody needs to hear this on today. Again, sometimes people can't receive you or what you have to offer because you didn't come with drama. Sometimes when you're used to being loved or shown love in a particular way, whether it's toxic, whether it's being dishonest, whether it's, you know, people triggering one another, that's what they're used to. So guess what's going to happen? They project that same thing onto you. And so you have to show up in that kind of energy in order for them to feel seen, in order for them to feel loved, in order for them to feel comfortable. But you can't do that because you will sacrifice yourself by doing so. And so guess what? When the load got too heavy, when things became too much, Spirit told you to disconnect. Some of you may not have done it voluntarily. You were forced to disconnect from these people. And it's going to be beneficial to you and them. It's going to be beneficial to you and them. Y'all listen, I'm telling you, this is not my comfort zone. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. I didn't want to do this because I've been through this. I'm not even going to lie. I've been through this. And so having to speak about it is very uncomfortable for me, but I'm going to go forth because that's what I've been called to do, to help somebody who's in this cycle of returning, in this cycle of praying for somebody, constantly thinking that they're going to return, and maybe they will, but the strength is in you surrendering to what is. That's your power. That's your strength. And if they're meant to be in your lives, they will return. But when they do, this time you will be whole. They will be whole. Take this time to love on you. Take this time to pour into you. Take this time to figure out what you like, what you don't like. Take this time to rebuild yourself, your self-esteem, your confidence. Because when you give it away, listen, you end up being depleted. So those things have to be given back to you. You have to be strengthened again so that you know what you deserve and don't deserve. Let me tell you, I'm talking to somebody, y'all. I don't know who it is, but I'm talking to somebody. Again, I've experienced this, so I'm coming on as an after effect. This is post for me, but y'all, sometimes the feeling's still there. You have to talk your way through it. You have to keep pushing regardless. And I'm being transparent to y'all because that's how we overcome, y'all. Don't nobody have time to be out here trying to fake it and pretend it like everything is all good when you know there's something that still needs to be worked on. I'm keeping it 100 with y'all. Let's go to the next one. You understood and took on the assignment, but when you looked around, you were the only one showing up. You understood and took on the assignment, but when you looked around, you were the only one showing up. You were the only one showing up, y'all. Again, I want to highlight this last one that I said. Your need for more and their inability to give it to you is the trigger, the trauma, and the solution of the separation. That falls right under that umbrella of you taking on the assignment. And when you turn around, you're the only one carrying it. You're the only one initiating conversations. You're the only one reaching out. You're the only one trying to reconcile. You're the only one trying to keep the bond and the connection going. You. And God is saying, no, this needs to be an equal give and take. The scales they're not balanced. So therefore, I have to separate you all so that they can get it together, so that you can get it together. Y'all, I'm going to talk about it real quick. This is something that I never talk about. But again, I have to share it with y'all because it is what it is. This is what I've been called to do. Let's talk about this soulmate and y'all, this twin flame journey. I know people like twin flames, that's this, that's that. People will talk about things that they have no understanding of. And when I tell you I've never in my life heard about twin flames, it wasn't until I got hit all of a sudden with emotions for somebody, caring about somebody, loving somebody that I really didn't know in the physical realm. All I knew is that my soul, my spirit, the emotions I felt was connected to this person. And every day I got up, I thought about him. Throughout work, I thought about him. I was always drawn to this person and I could not understand it. It almost felt like torture to me. And I'm keeping it 100 with y'all because somebody needs to be delivered and healed today. Somebody needs to know that this is a normal thing, but it's also rare. Everybody don't experience these kind of connections and soulmate journeys, y'all. There's specific people that go on these kind of journeys so that you can awaken, so that you can step into your authority and your power. That's what the foundation of all of this is. Yes, you get hurt in the midst of it. Yes, it's kind of confusing. You may feel like God is playing a game with you, but it's not. It's all for you to elevate and to grow. When you become connected with this individual, this soulmate, this quote unquote twin flame, you all are supposed to display unconditional love for one another. That's what the dynamic is all about. You displaying unconditional love to them and vice versa. But when you come into connection with this person, because you all share the same soul, because you are all so connected in the soul, it's like triggering. You trigger each other. There's one that's willing and then there's one that's not. There's one that's a chaser. There's one that's a runner. There's one that's willing to give all. Then there's an avoidant. The one that don't want to tap into the emotions. The one that feel like they're too afraid because the emotions are too intense. So what they'll do is ghost you. They'll run away. They'll act like they don't care. But it's just the opposite of that. They just don't know how to tap into that. But the both of you are supposed to be connected so the both of you can feel what it means to be unconditionally loved. And as a result of that, you begin to heal everything and everybody else around you. But some people are so logical. They think with their mind and not with their heart. But when you come into connections like these twin flames and soulmates and all of this stuff, it's meant to be experienced from a heart space, not a head space. I tell y'all all the time, some things are meant to be experienced and not explained. This is one. Everybody will not understand this whole quote unquote twin flame thing. And I didn't either. A year ago, 2 years ago, you could have not told me anything about a twin flame. I'll look at you like you're crazy. But because I've experienced it now, I had to do some research about what was happening with me. Why did I feel the need to pull on this person? Why did I feel the need to always be around them? Why did I feel the need to be validated? Whatever it may have been, those are the things you have to start looking within and see what the lesson is. God is trying to teach you how to stand 10 toes on your own. If they like you or if they don't, if they validate you or they don't, they congratulate you or they don't, they say you look good or they don't, you still good. You can still stand on your own. The both of you are meant to show each other what unconditional love looks like. But the torment and the torture comes in because there's always one that's willing to give and always one that's just taken. There's always a chaser, then there's a runner. That's how that works, y'all. And so it feels so torturous and it feels like it's a burden rather than a blessing because you all are triggering one another. You're supposed to expose those things that they need to work on and vice versa. That's what you're supposed to learn out of that. And sometimes, yes, the individuals come together and they be friends, they be lovers, whatever it may be. But it takes two people to work on themselves first before you can get to that. But you're never going to get there if one is willing and the other isn't. That's why it's always so imperative. It's important that when that separation happens, that when you encounter that you focus on you, you love on you, you pour into your cup, because that's what it's about. So with or without them, you're still good. Again, y'all, we're talking about this soulmate twin flame kind of thing. I had no idea what twin flames are, but if those of you that are watching this and you already know what it's about, then this is just your confirmation. Those of you that are cross watchers and you feel like you're going through this, please take some time to dig into that whole twin flame thing and see where you stand with that so that you can get on the right path, so that you understand what's happening to you, so that you won't feel like somebody putting voodoo on you and you can't figure out why. You can't stop thinking about them. It's not the person, it's the journey that you're supposed to be on. It's the spiritual awakening that you're supposed to be experiencing. It's the unconditional love that you're supposed to be receiving and giving. That's what this is about. And y'all, I have to break it down like this because I've seen comments trying to figure out, why would God do this? Why would God do this? It's about you. But sometimes when we become connected to these people, the love is so strong, the chemistry is so strong, the bond, because you don't really know what's going on. It's outside the physical realm. It's something so deep that it's hard for you to really see it for what it is when you're in it. So that's why I'm coming to speak over you, to come and confirm, to come and put some light on it, to give you insight about it so that you can have another perspective. Now it's up to you to take that and do something with it. If you choose to continue to wallow in your sorrows, then that's on you. And I don't say that in a harsh way, but y'all listen, we have to at some point pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and figure out what's next. You've had that moment to wallow. You had that moment to reflect. You've had that moment to sit in your woes, whatever it may be. Now it's time for you to pick yourself up and figure out what's really going on. What am I supposed to be healing? How am I supposed to be showing up? What are you trying to teach me? And if it's meant for you and that person to come back together, when you start to do that inner work, then you all will automatically gravitate back towards each other because you already have that magnetic pull anyway with each other. So the moment you begin to heal, it's one soul but two separate bodies. So you're automatically drawn to that person. That's why it felt so intense from the beginning. You're two different people, but you're sharing the same soul. You may not even know this person physically, not for real. But because you share that bond, your souls are bonded. You feel like you know them. You can be more open with them. You can be more vulnerable with them. You feel safe with them, whatever it may be. But again, you had to let each other go so that you can grow separately. And once you all do that and do the healing work separately, then you can come back together. It doesn't always happen like that. Somebody, both of you may have to, make the choice, put the effort in, but it cannot be a one-sided dynamic anymore. That's done. That cycle is over. You cannot keep sacrificing yourself for the connection. You have to receive at some point as well. They have to be willing to give at some point. It should be reciprocated. And if it's not, then there's an imbalance. And that's why God is stepping in. That's why the divine is stepping in and causing a separation, even if you don't want it to be. I feel like I've been doing a lot of talking. I hope somebody receiving it. I hope this is helping somebody, because I'm out here, y'all. I'm all the way out here. This is not me, but I'm out here. So let's go to the last one. After all the rain, your sunshine has come. After all the rain, your sunshine has come. What does that look like? Just being in that surrendered state of mind. It is what it is. When you step over into that healed version, when you step over into that version of you just trying to figure out this whole thing, you have to surrender to what it is, because you cannot control that person. You cannot tell them what they should and shouldn't do. You can try to assist them. You can try to tell them what you know, but you cannot force anybody to do anything, especially when you're dealing with an avoidant, somebody that don't want to tap into their emotions, somebody that's afraid to love, somebody that's been hurt and they really hadn't done the work yet. You are going to drain yourself by continuously showing up, and they're not ready to receive it. They have to go on the journey for themselves. You were only meant to plant the seed, and after that, it's up to them what that looks like with you all's connection, what that looks like with their own lives, what that looks like with these other people that they connected to that's really only supposed to be a lesson in their life. And if they're holding on to them, then that's just going to be torment for them. You have to let them go through that, experience that for themselves. Again, you were maybe only there to plant the seed. You've learned what you needed to learn in that connection. Now you have to surrender. Again, after all the rain, your sunshine has come. What does that look like? You just being in that surrendered state of mind. It is what it is. You understanding the experience was necessary for your growth. You understanding the experience was necessary for your growth. The last one, you now see the beauty and strength in holding yourself down first. You now see the beauty and strength of holding yourself down first. If you don't have it, you can't give it. If you're depleted, you cannot give it. If you're in the negative, you cannot give it. You now understand that you have to pour into you first. You have to heal first. You have to love on you first. And then you can give it to everybody else. That's the same thing they have to learn. They have to learn that same thing for themselves. They have to love on them. Some people don't even feel worthy to be loved by you. I'm keeping it 100, and I don't know who I'm talking to, y'all. Listen. Some people don't even feel worthy to be loved by you, so they will sabotage it. They will push you away. They will do things that trigger you. They will make you run away so that they don't have to deal with it, so that they don't have to do the inner work. But then can I tell you, in this season, God is not letting up on somebody. Somebody has a calling over their lives. You were there to help push them to that path, whatever it may be. It don't have to always be connected around a spiritual thing. It could be anything that they desire in their hearts. God is trying to put them on that path so that they can live a fulfilled life. You all mirror each other. And you may have stepped into your divine purpose, what you're supposed to be doing, and now it's time for them to do it. But you can't drag them along. You have to let them learn the lesson, go through the testing, whatever it is that they're doing. You got to let them do it. And some people don't do it. Some people do. Whatever they decide now, it's on them when it comes to the connection, when it comes to their personal lives, when it comes to their growth, it's on them now. Whatever they decide for you all, it's on them. You can sit around and wait if you like, but don't put your life on hold for a maybe. Do not put your life on hold for a maybe. I don't know who I'm talking to today, but again, y'all, this is a rare video for me, but we out here. I hope somebody received it. I hope you feel encouraged and not really triggered, because sometimes these things can be triggering, but I'm hoping and praying that you feel encouraged, that you have a little bit more insight. Take some time to figure out where you stand on that. Are you the chaser? Are you the runner? Are you the avoidant? Are you the one, who's pushing, who's giving so much but not receiving? And if so, why? Why do you feel the need to keep showing up for somebody that's not showing up for you? Why do you feel the need to keep trying to drag somebody along that's showing you they not ready to go or grow? What is it that's making you feel so attached to them? Because that's also another one. You can be attached, anxious attachment, somebody that's afraid of losing people, cannot let you go, cannot let the person go, whatever it may be. Figure out where you stand in that and then begin to work on that, heal that, so that you can be whole, happy, healthy, all by yourself, with or without the person, with or without the money, with or without the job, with or without the family dynamics, whatever it may be that you're experiencing. Heal, whole, happy by yourself. I love you all so much. I love y'all so much. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Thank you for your PayPals, your Cash Apps, your super thanks, your thumbs up, your love, your support. Continuing to show up every time that I post. Please know I appreciate and love each and every single one of you. Until next time, y'all be easy. Peace.